Hey, 152. Hey, 152. You got some kind of dadgum medical condition up there. Hey, 152. 152. You got some kind of medical condition going on up there. I don't know. What do you think, Havoc?
I don't know, man. I have no clue. Northwestern New Jersey was scratching.
Hey, 152, 152, ball scratcher. How about it out there, ball scratcher in New Jersey? You got a copy on Cobra? Break. Oh yeah, I hear you coming there out of upstate New York. I didn't get your handle there. Old Scratchy Balls was keyed up. Who was that coming out of upstate New York?
152.
Sorry about that. Hey, 152, there's another station up there in upstate New York trying to holler at me over here in Chattanooga, man, and you wiping him out with that ball scratch. I'm gonna start calling you Ball Scratcher.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Gee whiz. Anyways, we're back. I think 152, he may take a break out there. He's probably gonna have to dig on his junk. 10-4. Good hearing you in there, upstate New York. Coming in loud and proud down here around Chattanooga. Old Cobra said that.
You're starting to make him struggle, Green Lantern said, Cobra, y'all are actually interested. I don't mind running it down there before we start the next stream.
What do you mean before we start the next stream?
Well, I ain't got no notification yet. Don't you want Sanford and Son?
Skywalker?
Hello, radio. Green Lantern. Anyway, yeah, I think you'll enjoy it.
10-4. I'll show her a picture of it here in a second. I guess I need to let everybody know there could be some language on the stream. It just depends on who gets on there, but usually we try to keep it clean. Go ahead, break. Go ahead, break. You broke it.
Broke it.
That's right.
What's up, buddy? What's up? Green Lantern, upstate New York.
Hey, Green Lantern. Good evening time to you. Doing good today.
Yeah, you too, buddy. You and your be happy, healthy, and safe for the rest of the Memorial.
Alright, Rascal. You have a good one up there, Green Lantern. Sounding good down here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Well, 20 miles north of Chattanooga, but close enough. Cobra over here on this off-grid radio station, and we're back on the side.
New York. All right, buddy. Thanks for yourself. Be well. Green Lantern out. I wonder how hard it would be to get that thing apart, Cobra.
Honestly, I don't know, Havoc.
Well, you know, it's one of those disposables, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why it couldn't be taken apart.
You know I'm going with that, right? It's a disposable, so once the juice is gone, you're supposed to toss it. Why not just take it apart and get the battery and the charge port out of it?
Well, I mean, I don't see that being a problem.
I think that's what I want to do when it burns out. Hey, you never know, the parts could fix one of these other ones over here, if one ever goes out, you know.
No, yeah. Ooh, I need to cut the volume down on this feed a little bit. What is? No, if you want to come down here, Havoc, you and Black Rose, you can come on down here.
I don't know if she'll actually get off the game to bring me or not. I don't know.
10-4. What are you doing over, Mad Dog?
Not much, man. Trying to fix my computer sound card. Everybody hears you.
10-4 on sound card issues in the computer.
Don't shake his hand, bro. Don't shake his hand.
Dang it, woman. Oh, yeah.
Well, you and your family and friends. Boss, thanks for the QSO. Bye,
Alrighty.
Actually, I'll be heading your way shortly, one way or another. Maybe he's itching his ass, scratching his balls.
10-4.
What?
Did you hear what he said out there?
You wondering if she drops me off if you would bring me back?
Yeah, that could be a possibility.
Conditions are still out there.
Well, of course conditions are still out there. Why wouldn't they be?
You don't know. Sometimes Mother Nature pulls her skirt down. Greenlander says sometimes Mother Nature pulls her skirt down.
Well, Mother Nature is doing some funky stuff today, man. It's been in there since early this morning. But you guys have just been rocking and rolling out of the northeast all day. I can tell you this, you guys have dominated the live feed on YouTube most of the day. Hey now, you can't steal that term from us down here in the South now, come on. Alright then, we call it some redneck ingenuity going on, no doubt. But yeah, alrighty then. I do gotta ask 152 up there a question. Man, we gotta ask that 152 why he is scratching his balls. Did he wipe with poison ivy? I just gotta know.
Terrible situation.
Well, we got that answer.
Put the hazard lights on.
Oh, dang it.
Bitching about a guy that's out there that keeps on talking about it. Nah, this is just land out there right now.
Well, you think it's fading out, and then it's right back. Well, it's definitely started to die off.
Yeah.
Then 152, quit using poison ivy to wipe yourself after you go to the bathroom.
Well, how's he white? From the front to the back or the back to the front? Supposed to use 2-ply toilet paper too.
Man, he's been using that 1-ply poison oak is what he's been using. What about that mad dog? I think that man's got a medical condition. What do you think?
Yeah, sound like he needs something. Not sure what.
Yeah, I believe he has been scratching his balls for about 6 days now. hear that guy, Mad Dog?
No, I can't hear him at all.
Man, I wish your audio was working. You get on a live feed and hear that. I don't know what you mean by y'all have nothing. Yeah, we hear you out there, Rusty Zipper. Hello, Chattanooga with a wave. Come on. Oh, look, he made it in.
Old Rusty Zipper wants to put a wave on you over there. If you can hear we're in a state of misery.
Yeah, we hear you out here, Rusty Zipper. It says Cobra out here, 20 miles north of Chattanooga with a wave.
I appreciate you letting me know it's working.
Definitely working, that's for sure.
Yeah, sorry to get in your gentleman's way. I thought we got to catch old 239 on this one tonight. Maybe insert, put it on the hot dog and leave it on the grill and have it melt over the side. And I can stick the hot dog off and put it right on the done.
Wow. Damn, Havoc, you trying to kill me? Woo! Huh? You are, aren't you? Yeah. Hello, radio. Stop that rain. Yeah. Is it the real McCoy or Delta 8? Yeah. Yeah. okay, buddy? What?
Where is that guy at, Cobra?
I can hear you.
What is your woman doing?
Oh, she's playing a game. Up here in New Jersey, I believe.
Roger.
Okay. I'll be right back at the radio here in just a second. I got everyone here to see Lady Cobra for a second. Havoc has stopped by.
Roger.
Let's see here. No, look, Jay. That's actually the video on YouTube. But it doesn't count me as like a viewer.
Yeah, man. 1,000 milligrams.
know why it's doing that right there. It should let me like have the option to go high def on the phone. But it is not. Weird.
It's not bad. How much are they?
Right now, you can get these 13 Marios for $14.
$14? How much are they normally, like 30?
No, I think you said that was that. Really don't the ones that I like to play with for $30 per
Did you want to smoke this one?
Yeah, should be. Let's see here. Oh, look, 0 viewers right now.
With mesquite.
How many?
0 out at the moment. Oh, there was one when you were in there. Doing your thing. And it's live. It doesn't matter. I don't really care. It's no stranger that I'm hitting the Delta 8 pin. Big whoop. Hear how loud it is on the tablet? That's what I was talking about. But if you look here, it's still doing it right here on this. But if I go to
That line is so ghetto.
it works.
It's ghetto as hell. She's got the sneezies.
Yeah, she does.
She's like, this is terrible. It's like my whole head rattles when I sneeze.
I don't know. But it's crystal clear.
But it's not really good when you get that every time.
It is
derived from the vent
oh yeah.
So that's how they're doing it, the loophole?
all about products of food.
Sneaky bastards.
I like it. We will get today morning.
Yeah, it's on a device like this. That's the best I can do. Now, here's the funny thing. I'm gonna go right here to OBS and go here to Propicus. See, and it's showing 60 frames per second, but I can go right here. gonna disappear for a second. It'll be right back up because I'm changing the setting on the. I'm gonna do this. It's the best it's gonna get. It's weird because right here on the tablet it's blurry.
I just didn't understand how they were getting away with it for so long. Now I do. Mom is on your toes this morning.
I know. See?
Yep.
Now, if you go here on your device and you click this and you click on the quality, you go down to advanced and you can pick the quality that you want on your phone or your tablet. Well, for some reason, and I don't know why, but on mobile devices, this is not coming in clear. You have to adjust it. But I've got it on here to self-adjust. So, I don't know. It's almost 11, which means no man will probably be in here in a minute and start jumper and everybody should be getting on. Unless the X decides it wants to come back in. But I can go back right back over here now to settings. Video. Yeah. Wow, that's some good stuff.
Told you. Yeah, that last week was not back to 9.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good stuff. Kind of skeptic that Delta 8 can actually help people.
Some of it, yeah, I got
Oh yeah.
3 days.
Okay, why don't y'all leave me in this thing and pull it out there? Looking good right now. Hello, audio.
Audio on.
Oh yeah.
Getting up and getting down.
Yeah, I got Havoc over here. Right here.
10-4, Roger.
Instead of being on his ear raping radio, he's sitting down here ear raping the stream.
Yeah.
Ah!
Roger on that.
Well, you don't want to kitty. Go on.
Nobody's watching me or anything.
No, yeah.
That's what I usually out here.
Yeah.
Oh, radio.
So I figure you made it back from the pilot.
Pilot doesn't sell them anymore. I go down to Love's.
Really? When did the pilot stop selling those?
I don't know, but the whole, they said they're redoing that whole area over there. They're downsizing, I guess. But I went all the way to Lowe's. They have what I was looking for. I was just looking for a cheapo meter just for SWR reading, you know?
Yeah. Did you get it?
Yeah. My whip, I only cut off maybe, I don't know, half inch, a touch more than that. And as long as it's on the trunk, the best I can get is about a 1.5, somewhere around 1.3 to 1.6, channel 1 being higher than the laptop.
What is it on the roof?
On the roof I can get it down to 1.06, but to put it on the roof it means I can't listen to my music because the speakers and the subs cause the damn cable to slap all over the glass.
Yeah, it ain't good.
So I put it back on the trunk. I'm sitting over here on 58 by the lake.
Oh, okay, so you're not at home.
Yeah, I'm here in the car, sitting next to the lake with the amp on, with the Bearcat right here.
10-4.
Is it swinging up there? Has it got any swing at all?
Yeah, swinging forward.
Yeah, that's it.
Roger. I set it in the house first. Set it on 50, 60 watt dead key, and it swings. This damn radio here, even though it only has like a 16 watts of PEP in it, it swings the hell out of that amp, man. It's swinging at just past 300.
That striker you got that you're selling, how much does it swing?
I mean, that's pretty good.
The striker that I'm selling?
Yeah, you said you was getting rid of a radio, right?
Yeah, the 447.
What does it swing?
I mean, it's been purposely set. It don't swing what it can, you know, because I had it set purposely for something I never even did anything with. So it should do pretty much the same thing as what a 955 does, or a 655 if you turn it up.
But right now, what's it set at?
On low, 30, 40 watts.
And it's down normally to about 80, right?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
10-4.
That's variable all the way down. All the way up, I think it, don't quote me on this, but I think it still only does like 60. But it's been set to do that. I haven't personally been inside of that radio, so I don't even know what the adjustments inside are.
10-4. Holler at Mad Dog and see if he can hear you. I'm gonna run in here with Havoc. I'm about to probably here in a second run him back up to his place so he can get back on the radio. So, Mad Dog is in there.
Roger. You hear me out there, Mad Dog?
Yeah, I got a coffee sounding good in my neighborhood.
Roger. Let me see if my RF's turned up all the way on this thing.
I will. Mama?
This is a Carl-built two-pill.
Sam phone, a Carl-built two-pill.
What's it doing on you over there?
About a 3.
Well, I bet if I backed up or something, it might go up. I found my little 6-pin to 4-pin adapter, too.
Roger on that.
I'm going to back up. I'm backing up now. Did that do anything?
Yeah, right there. You're like...
I came up, huh?
Yeah.
I literally moved back maybe 3 feet. What are you doing over there?
I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with my screwed up my damn Linux computer. The damn sound card is not working right.
Oh. Well, I mean, you know how Linux has been with drivers and crap.
Yeah, it did it. I was trying to cast something to my Google Cast, and I thought the damn computer was locked up, so I rebooted it, and ever since then it ain't had any sound. I gotta hook this damn external speaker up. This speaker of this radio sucks. You can always reinstall. That's the one thing about Linux, man. You save that home folder, man, and it'd be like you never even, well, I mean, depends on how many programs you got in there, but it's almost like you didn't even reinstall. Yeah, I didn't. Hell, you know how it is. But the headphone output still works. So that leads me to believe maybe something else is going on, cause if the sound card was completely screwed, it wouldn't have any sound on the headphone jack, I wouldn't think. You know, I honestly think that this is a known thing. I want to say I ran into this problem a long time ago, but don't ask me whatever. Knowing me, I probably reinstalled back in them days. Roger. You got any corrupt packages in the package manager? No, that's good. I checked that first. Roger. I may see if old Jake can fix it. I think he's monkeyed around with the sound drivers in Linux quite a bit. Yeah, knowing him, he probably has.
Yeah, we'll be back here in a minute. I'm gonna run him back up to his home.
I'm now back to running the same amount of power in my mobile as I was when I first moved here. 10-4 on, you're getting back to where you came from. I think I'm gonna buy that Wilson back from Tomahawk, man. I'm not digging this damn blue light. That is the cheesiest damn thing, man. I don't know why they would do that. Trouble selling that damn striker antenna. Well, I may even see if he'll just do a trade. You know, I mean, they're both in the same condition, you know. Yeah, roger on that. This little external speaker I bought fits in the little top-down sunglass holder thing on the roof. You ever thought about taking that thing apart and just cutting the... I'm about to run back in the house here in a second. You got it covered up. Thinking about cutting what open? You ever thought about taking that thing apart and cutting the lead to the diode? I'm not following. Take the antenna, the screws out of the antenna, pull the load up, and find where the diode connects to the load of the antenna, and cut one of the leads to the diode. Well, no, but I know that this antenna doesn't go together. It's not screwed together. Those little Allen-looking bolts across the top are just for show. I think it pops apart, but I don't want to risk breaking anything. go to Shields Electronics and buy a big ass piece of heat shrink. Just put it over the load. Hell, for that matter, just take the damn thing off and spray paint the son of a flat black. Can do that too. It'll be a whole lot cheaper and I might already have the paint.
Uh-oh.
Hello, Havoc. I'm probably way down on you today right now.
Sounds about the same.
I keep forgetting that you and frickin' damn it, Cobra live at the same place.
Audio radio. That's right. Woo, it died off in there. Where'd Nomad go?
I'm over here.
10-4. Still in the mobile?
I've moved back 3 feet. I came up on Mad Dog more 3 feet back.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Hey, my gain on this ain't too high, is it?
No.
Roger.
Yeah, I think you like it. You can always listen to this live feed when you get home. You can rewind it. Or you can log in on your phone. You get to hear what you sound like from your car.
What's the timestamp right now?
Number 9. CH31 stream number 9.
Right. Does it give you a timestamp? So when I go back to watch it, I can just go there?
No. It don't.
Damn.
Back over.
If I ended the stream right now, you could rewind it 3 minutes and 33 seconds and be right there where you're at. I don't know if you can rewind it while it's in it. I don't know if I got it set up for that.
It does. I've been doing it. You can pause it and back it up or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Damn Skywalker.
I know, right?
Why do you gotta taste so good, damn it?
Yeah, it is what it is. Going to mess with the settings a little bit.
Well, I hooked up those other 2 power supplies today to the Carl built.
Oh, okay.
I got one for you.
10-4.
The leads coming from the 2 power supplies that I just added. I know the sorter is the best. Shortest you can get is best. I used 4 gauge, and I've currently got them. They're probably about 2 feet, 2.5 feet long, and I did this because I wanted to be able to mount those power supplies somewhere because they're not going to fit where the big one's going. Do you think that being that I use such heavy gauge wire and they're so short still for that gauge, that we're going to be alright?
Yeah, it should be okay.
I can always cut them shorter. It's one end, it's bare wire that goes into the screws that tighten down, and the other end's got the eyelets on it.
Yeah, 10-4.
They have that Carl built set for on the back terminals where you hook everything up to at 14.84. But it don't show that on the front display. So all of them are set at 14.84.
Nice.
I know they're working too because on sideband I used to pull about 130 or so amps, and it don't show that much at all being pulled, not even close. So the load has been spread.
Yeah, 10-4. That's not bad. So now it's actually working like it's supposed to.
Right. The 2 other 2 power supplies are on. They're plugged into. They're not on the same circuit as the 150 is. For obvious reasons.
Yeah, 10-4. I would say if you wouldn't mess with any of your stuff inside the vehicle, you need to put a rather large foot warmer in there.
Well, I know I said this before, but I'm teeter-tottering on whether to even leave anything in this car because I can't listen to my music without the mag mount bouncing all over the trunk. and I can't put it on the top because the damn coax will jump all over the windshield or the window.
Dadgum.
And I ain't taking my music out this car.
Nah. That's what I would do. I'd put the antenna on the roof and run the coax through the door seal.
I've done that before, not in this car, but I've done it before in the Corolla, and it just don't last long. Eventually that damn coax fails, even though I use the door that I would least open, which is the passenger side rear.
There's a way to do it to where you can do that and that coax won't fail. I do it in my vehicles when I'm in a vehicle like that, and it works really good.
Oh, well, you're just going to have to show me that one day, because, I mean, the trunk is current. See, putting it on the trunk means I have to open my trunk slow, too. Otherwise, it slaps the top of the roof. Man, I'm all kinds of screwed up. No matter what, it seems like every direction I go, it's just something saying, don't put this in this car.
Yeah. Me, I follow the contour of the door jamb, the inside part where the hinges are. I come off the roof and I go right there, down, straight down the weather seal, down to where it terminates right there in the floor. And if you do that right there, it don't put any large kinks in the coax, it'll last longer.
Well, how do you keep it up against the frame like that?
It'll just suck it in. When you close the door, it'll suck the coax in, and then that'll be it. In the Lincoln, I literally just went right around and came inside the vehicle and went down the side of it where the weather strip goes, and then you got the paneling for the car, and I actually pulled the paneling up and ran the coax through the paneling right there down to the floor. And then when I shut the door, it didn't bother it at all.
Roger. I think I'm gonna, if I keep it in here, I'm gonna use some of that plastic Velcro stuff that I used in my last car to hold like the meter and the external speaker and stuff. I'm thinking about using that and then just sticking it to the dash, because I can pull that crap back off and it doesn't leave anything behind.
Yeah, 10-4. What you need to do is put a radio and a two-pill Carl built on the scooter.
You know, I think everyone, not everyone, but you're not the only one to suggest with putting a radio on that damn scooter.
I would die if you did that.
Hey, maybe I can get Carl built to sponsor me.
You put that striker on the scooter and make an Anderson connector, so you just pop your car build on there, you know, put your little heavy duty battery in that in the trunk part right there under the seat, run all that, and just drive out there where you're parked right now and talk on the daggum radio, and I would die.
Well, I've got a Texas Star 2 pill that, I mean, it don't look all that great, you know, so like it wouldn't hurt my feelings if something were to happen to it, kind of thing. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know.
What do you think, Mad Dog? You think you should do it?
Absolutely.
There you go, Nomad. It has been said. The upper echelon of the ultralight says you have to put a radio on your scooter.
So, what we'll have is a 38-year-old, 300-pound guy on a scooter with an antenna and a CV on there. Oh yeah. Come and get me, ladies. Yeah.
On a 50cc scooter with an antenna twice as long as it.
Yeah.
I'm not talking a regular antenna, Nomad. You need to put a steel whip on that nugget.
I got one.
There you go, man. Right there on the back rack of that daggum thing, run your ground to the frame, and just put a steel whip on the back of that sucker.
Put you a tennis ball on it.
I should put a little flag on the top that says "Come and get me, ladies" or something on it.
Yeah, he needs to put a tennis ball about halfway down the antenna where when he slams on the brakes and the antenna comes forward, the tennis ball hits him and the antenna don't pop him. The 80cc's kit, man, that daggum thing's and it goes so fast, you're going to have to do something to keep it from hitting the cars behind you.
Or not.
Man, he's not even playing. You should have seen some of the stuff he did when we were kids, man.
I did put a CV on a 1986 Zuma, or Honda Spree.
You did not put one on a 10-speed bicycle.
No.
That would be me.
Oh, I was going to tell him about the backpack, man. He's crazy dude over here. He gets a backpack. He puts him a car battery in it. Then he puts him a radio on it. And then he puts him a steel whip mounted on it. And we'll just walk around the neighborhood like that, talking on the radio.
Yeah, I made a field pack.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a metal frame backpack like you go camping with, and I had the antenna coming off that metal frame, and I had everything in the survival pack. Made a dadgum field radio out of it.
I used to use those backpacks when I hitchhiked, a frame pack.
Yeah, it was a dadgum. It was a Unit Pro 510XL with a 1-pill box.
Jeez, man.
And I talked did I not have it? I shot skip on that dadgum thing.
Man, I love my Unity Pro 510XL, man. That thing was wow.
I lived in Hickson at the time when that was back when I was a kid, man. Still in high school, lived with my mom. We was in Middle Valley, and I was talking all the way to Sand Mountain with that field pack.
Well, I didn't even know what a CB was till I was like 13, 14 years old. And then when I got it, I still didn't know what the hell it was. I know it was a realistic, an old realistic.
Well, you and your wallet exactly knows what a CB is now.
Yeah, unfortunately.
CB stands for continuous bind.
Just one more, and that's it.
Measure me. I'm the exception to that proves the rule.
Yeah, I only got the Galaxy 86V and the RCI 2950 CD just because I love these radios.
Oh, guess who called me today?
Who's that?
The one I bought that radio, that 29 CD for that you got now, the one that I bought it from called me today.
Oh, yeah?
I haven't talked to him since I moved here, but he goes by Droopy on the radio, and it came up on my phone as Droopy. I was like, oh, be damned.
Hey, now he can tune in to the live feed and actually see the radio that he sold you in action.
You are technically, technically you're the fourth, I'm sorry, no, technically you're the third owner, but he only had it for 3 days.
Yeah, 10-4. Technically the second owner, if you think about it, Nomad, because Popalock didn't have this thing all too long.
I totally forgot about that guy. I haven't heard nothing from him for a while now.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I kind of wish I had sold it to him. You know, I mean, once you sell something, it ain't yours no more, but damn. If I knew he was just going to part ways with it like that.
Well, that's like about the time you sold it, I was ready to buy it, so it didn't matter either way, right?
Yes, he still got the amplifiers, you know?
Oh yeah, he still got that. Yeah, he wasn't letting go of that thing.
Hey, oh crap. We're on a live feed. Never mind.
What, you want his number?
No. I wanted you to go to sideband. The stump jumper said it sounded good, but, you know, another opinion.
I can go to lower sideband right here.
Go ahead.
Check, check. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, didn't even have to touch anything on my side.
I had to turn the clarifier a little bit over here, but it's because I was on 38 lower sideband earlier.
But only a little. I mean, not enough to say that this thing's like off frequency or anything, right?
It's so close to 12 o'clock you can't even really complain.
Roger. And going to the 2-pill Carl built, all good there?
Yeah, no choppiness at all.
Roger. Alright. That's all I needed to hear. We can go there.
Yeah, you literally sound like you do on AM right here. Oh, Havoc don't want to go back to AM. Dude, you're so high on frequency, you literally sound like the devil right now. It's off bad. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hello, radio. It's closer. That's rough, man. I'm dead serious. I don't know what's going on.
Right there.
There you are.
There you go. Established sounding.
Ooh, what about that?
Does he have an open clarifier on that thing?
No.
This little 2-pill does damn good for power, man, on sideband, I tell you.
No, yeah, I don't have a, all my Class C stuff, I don't have one that's sideband over here other than the Red Devil, and I ain't switching over to that.
See right there, it's not 12 o'clock.
Scale at home. So, I don't know, maybe 320 or so.
Yeah, 10 for it. Hey, Havoc, you're almost, man, it's don't even touch it.
Roger.
It changed already.
Well, I bumped it when I did rocket, damn it.
That way, you're back, you're fine now.
And 4. Just a hair past. Literally just a hair past noon there.
He sounds just about like on AM, don't he, Nomad?
Nope, but I'm not touching my side because I'm tuned into you.
Yeah, and I'm tuned into you. You sound perfect, and Havoc sounds perfect.
Hello. Audio.
Sounds like a chipmunk with his balls cut off.
That must be, I don't know, that's weird, Nomad, because he's right on the money with me.
That's all good. I can still make out what he's saying.
Can you really?
You need to listen to that on the live feed, Nomad. It's freaking crazy. Both of you guys sound like you're on AM.
Roger. I don't even know where my clarifier is set, man, because it's too dark in here. This damn radio slides all over this damn seat over here.
Day after day after day.
Do I put any more of a signal on you?
Same signal as, actually, AM might be a little bit touch louder.
Roger. God, that stupid antenna back there is flashing blue.
Do I sound louder right there?
Well, I can't say yes or no because you're pegging me to crap out.
Yeah. I guess I am pretty loud. Guess where I stuck my external speaker?
You said on a mirror.
No, there's one of them pop-out sunglass holders, you know? And it fit right up in there.
Well, that works.
Yep. I'll leave it there as long as it'll stay that way when I'm driving.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's go back to AM.
Boy.
Oh, yeah, I get to stretch those hot watts back out there.
Getting up, getting down. I found my 610 to 410 adapter today.
The one that you've been looking for a while?
Yep, and I wasn't even looking for it when I found it.
Well, that is always a good thing. Maybe you'll find an envelope full of $100 bills tomorrow.
You know, I have washed clothes, right? And in the dryer, I find money. And I think, oh, great, I got money. And then realize that I can't find the $60 that I thought I had beforehand. And then I realized I didn't find any money.
Literally sounded like you was gonna start off, well, I find all this money and I wipe my butt with it.
Yeah, $100 a life.
Oh man, that's just wrong. Man, I know Matt over there devaluing money even more.
You know what just happened, don't you?
Yeah.
I did not inhale.
Hey, he got that Delta 8 pin over there. He's ripping on that thing. Havoc, I'm at Pickle over here, man. I need to place an order for a charge controller, but I don't know what I want to get.
Must be a nice problem to have.
It's a bad one. It's either 135 for the 40 amp or 396, or no, so 369 for the 80 amp.
No. How much was that switch again?
119.
Okay.
But like I said, I'm in the middle of debate. Shall I rock two 40 amp controllers for solar, or should I just get one big one? Pretty much, do I want to put my fate in one or two? Realistically speaking, I think two would be the better option. That way, if one died, I still have half the charge coming in.
True. But again, they read each other, so they back down the amps coming in too, though.
Yep. Or one, risk hopefully not having a failure with one, and then minimize all of my wiring coming in because I'm only having to feed one controller.
True.
It is definitely a pickle that I'm in, and I don't know which way I want to go with it.
I just need a better PWM. That's all I'm looking for.
I don't think these EP ever PWMs that, like the one I got down here that's on that 24 volt right now, I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah, that other panel, I'd rather hook it up to something like that instead of one of these Harbor Freights, you know.
Yeah, I'm pulling up. Of course, it wants me to sign in. Go figure. Hold on a minute.
Well, that one's hooked up though. The Harbor Freight ones are going over to Mom's to charge my lawnmower battery.
Let me get her to tell me this notification. Hold on just a second.
Roger. Well, I guess their skip is done for the evening. Yeah, I ain't hearing nothing anymore either. Good, that means I can unplug my big fan.
Yeah. When I log in, it goes. She has to approve me logging in because I logged in on a new device. Yeah, right here, the 30 amp. Let me see what this shows here. Yeah, the 30 amp EP ever is PWM is only $41.
And that's basically all I'll need for this other panel, right?
Oh yeah, you're only going to be pulling in about 10 amps on that thing. You could realistically probably go smaller, but if you do, I don't think you're going to get the screen that it offers. I can check the 20 amp version because that'd be plenty. Hold on.
I am moving. I'm headed to the gas station. I'm going to go to the house.
10-4.
Come get me a beer.
Yeah, the 20 amp PWM does not have a screen. The 20 amp MPVT is $71.49.
Yeah, when she finally replaces the battery in the Ford, I'm wanting to maintain it and my lawnmower battery during the winter time with it.
Yeah.
With the Harbor Freight, that is.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Where my dog go?
I don't know. Where'd you go, Mad Dog?
Yeah, I'm here.
10-4. He's right there, no Matt.
Mad Dog in the pan.
I'm not picking him up. I'm about to pull into this gas station, so you probably won't even hear me in a minute anyway.
Oh.
Mad Dog in the pan.
Yeah, I'm just working on this daggone sound issue on this Linux computer.
Well,
Can you say driver, driver, driver?
Can you say, I just reloaded it.
Yeah, 3,000 watt, 24 volt pure sine wave inverter. Without remote, 31740.
Wait, what?
The 24-volt inverter that I was wanting to get for the house. Well, there's one down here. Why is it so cheap? Anyways, they've got from the same company I bought these other inverters from. The 24-volt 3000 watt is 317.40 if I get it new, but I can get it basically what they consider used, which is not in its original packaging because the packaging got damaged, for $274.79. There's that one hardwired's got. It's popped up on here, but this is the more like this is the larger version of what he's got.
Yeah, I like the one he's got now.
Yeah, it's got the screen on it and everything.
I mean, the inverter, it even shows the wave that it is putting out on that screen. That's nuts. Wait, we weren't talking inverters, was we?
Yeah.
Then, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. His screen even shows the wave pattern that it's using.
No, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at this. They've got several of them that's used. Item will come in original packaging. Packaging will be damaged. Item has been tested and is fine. There we go.
Right.
Oh, looks like Cobra's fixing to go on a spending spree.
I don't know, man. I do got two of these Harbor Freights over here. If that panel don't pop one, might just use it temporarily at least.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, it is what it is. I would sit on it. I mean, like I said, I can order this 30 amp charge controller, this PWM, 30 amp PWM down here, and you can run whatever the hell you wanted to into it.
True.
300 watts of solar panels, or whatever you wanted, whatever mixture of solar panels you got over there.
Well, like I said, the Harbor Freight kit will be over there from now on after we get the other one hooked up. I'm not going to miss it though. I'm actually increasing in wattage, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Have you cleaned that panel yet, or is it just still back there dirty?
I've sprayed it off a few times.
Yeah, you need to take some time with some Windex on that sucker and get that film off of it. Because dirty rain, man, gets on there, leaves that film on there. I'm telling you, the charge will suck.
Well, I was planning on doing that. Plus, when you tell me you're ready to hang it, that's what I was doing, is waiting.
Yeah, I'd spray mine off once a day. You need to get like into a habit of doing that. A lot of people don't have the option to do that because it might be like on a roof or something. But man, if you can, once a day is a way to go to keep them suckers producing like they're supposed to.
Well, I do it more than you think. I do more than you think too.
I was waiting on that.
Oh no, I walked right into his trap.
You left that door wide open. It'd be alright, Nomad. That's pretty good, buddy.
Dude.
I'll see you in a minute. I'll talk to you in a minute. I'm about almost to the house.
10-4.
Yeah, it's just things I'm kicking around. As she says, though, I mean, I can't ask for any more. Battery's literally the top off every night, you know.
Yeah, just making sure that that Alfred camera that I got up here, that old cell phone, still monitoring those properly, because I haven't checked it in a day or two. Seems to be good though. Happy to say it, being talking off grid, 11:38 at night, I'm still at 13 volts. I might hook that Firebird up tomorrow and talk on it.
There you go.
I gotta take the top off of it and clean the tubes off and get the dust all cleaned out of it, and check the tube sockets and make sure they're not like burnt or anything, and make sure everything's making a good connection. Blow it out real good, fire it up, and daggum talk skip on it.
There you go.
Or we can do, I can order this stuff and we can do a live feed of me converting this thing over from 6 volt tubes to 12 volt tubes.
Hell yeah.
Either way, I need to talk on that glass.
Agreed.
Hey, you know what? I'll clean it out. I'll bring it up there and let you talk on it.
I don't know about that.
What do you think, Havoc? Havoc at 500 watts on a tube box.
I don't know about that.
Why not?
No comment.
Oh.
I'm seriously thinking about getting another one of those, by the way, cover.
Of what?
That vape.
It's good.
Well, I like it.
What is the regular price on it?
He said after the sale's over, it'll be like 20 something.
That ain't bad. Hell, I thought it was going to go up to like 40 something.
Well, don't ever touch the 40 somethings. They're garbage, man.
Waste of money.
Yeah. The other ones I like that's made in Cleveland, they're like 30 something, and they last pretty good amount of time too.
Yeah, 10-4.
Well, I'm also going to start using these because, like I said, when we're done with them, we can take them apart and we get the battery. Get enough batteries together, we can figure out something to do with it, you know.
Yeah, 10-4.
Hey, if we get enough of them, we might be able to make 12 volts on it. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, it would only be a 12 volt battery capable of 350 milliamp hours, but I mean, we could do something with it.
Yeah, exactly.
You get about 20 of those things though, where we can start stacking those batteries and building those amp hours up. Now we could probably make a pretty decent 12 volt battery pretty small. Maybe like about maybe a 2 or 3 amp hour 12 volt battery that would literally be able to fit in your pocket.
That's what I was talking about doing. Both of us start buying these up and saving the batteries.
Yeah, that other vape that went bad, Lady Cobra, that mod that she used to have, I took the, what was that, 2600 milliamp hour lithium battery out of it, and I stuck it in the back of this wireless microphone over here. And literally, it's, I've talked on it, what, 2 or 3 days now, and it's only dropped like 0.2 of a volt.
I said, we start buying them and pulling the batteries out of them, and hook a bunch of them up and make one big, Billy badass battery.
What are you guys talking about? What batteries?
Lithium.
Well, as that goes, we can salvage the female USB back here too.
That should be about a 1 amp 5 volt charger, and we might be able to use a bunch of those on a board and make a balance board to where we can have all of them individually charge the batteries to balance them out.
Right.
I am, though, going to order a 150 amp BMS because, I mean, I'm not running lithium for solar, but they still work, especially on 24 volts, because they can maintain equilibrium on, like, say, like, one 12 volt battery would be, like, equivalent to 1 cell, and if you got 4 cells in there, in a 24 volt bank, it can monitor each one of those and then adjust as necessary to keep them balanced.
I'm telling you why though, man. It'd be so cool taking a battery out of your pocket, connecting it to your car and starting it.
Yeah. Yep, they have something way similar to that, them lithium jump packs, but they're not as robust as the one that we would be building. That's many cells versus 4 or 5 cells, so.
Right.
Cobra.
Yeah.
If these two power supplies were not meant to be stacked, bad things would have already happened, right?
Nah. Not bad things. What happens is if you have a power supply that's not stackable and you don't use diodes on it, the one power supply that is 0.20 volts higher than the other one, which you won't see unless you use a really just meter that will zero you right out. Literally, the one that is just slightly higher will do all the work, and then it'll trip.
Roger. Well, ain't nothing tripped since I've done it, so I'm actually producing a little more juice, a little more power.
In other words, you gotta balance them, right, Cobra?
Well, the thing is when you got two unstackable power supplies, and they'll see each other, but the one that's producing slightly more voltage is going to do the majority of the work, where the other one just won't even just barely put any in. But on the positive side, if you use the diodes coming out to where the power supplies can't see each other, then they'll work independently, and say like if you're drawing 30 amps, each power supply will be supplying 15. Versus one might be supplying 28 and the other one supplying 2.
Well, like I was saying about sideband, my kernel bill he would go about as high as 130, and now I see maybe 25 to 35 amps being pulled, so I know they're just distributing a bit amongst them all.
Right, yeah. And the way to really figure that out, Nomad, is if you can actually hook a shunt up between each power supply on the hot side or the ground side, and actually see when you're putting that thing under a load it down to about 20 amps, and see if power supply A is supplying the exact same as B. If not, then you do need to put some diodes in there, and that will equal them out. Because what they're doing is they're still seeing each other.
Well, when I did the research on these things, they said they stated, and I don't mean these. I'm talking this exact power supply. They stated that they can be ran together already.
Yeah, and if that's the case, they probably already got the hardware installed in them to make them do that. So you should be fine. Those should be stackable.
Well, like I say, I don't know if it's just because I changed mics, but I'm seeing about a little over 1,200 when I used to see about 1,150. So I don't know if it's mic related or power supply related.
Well, I mean, what are they? Are they like 50 amp power supplies?
55s.
Yeah. That's those two you bought at the break, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe I sent you a photo of them.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, it's those ones. Yeah, those are the real good ones there. They are stackable. So, yeah. Yeah, you should safely be able to draw 100 amps out of those, no problem. But, like I said, if you start seeing some funny stuff, I would buy a couple like $10 or $15 shunts off Amazon and put one on each power supply and actually see if they're balanced. Yeah. I don't recommend using a DC clamp meter because anything like that is going to have RF going back through the line naturally, because RF loves to attach itself to everything, and it'll probably throw the clamp meter off. You actually need a shunt, something to read it directly in the flow.
Well, ain't no weird shit happening. Nothing's getting hot. None of these two power, either of these power supplies, one's not hotter than the other or anything like that. So, I'm just gonna run and roll. I don't even need these two hooked up for what I got running over here. I mean, 260 amps of DC power. I mean, I can run quite a bit with that.
Yeah, believe it or not, I'm still running the 4-pill off of the those two 30 amp mean wells.
You know, I took photos of the inside of this coral bill, and there is absolutely nothing anywhere on any of them that I can see that states who makes them, you know. They're all facing the same direction. I thought 3 were facing one and 3 were facing the other, but they're all facing the same way, so I have a view of the one side and a view of the other, and there's nothing to indicate who makes them.
Oh yeah, yeah. You need to send me a picture. I'm curious to what's inside that thing. If you didn't save any. If you did, then send them.
Alright, hold on. I think I left my phone in the car. Hang on. Oh, yeah.
You see there, Havoc, that mean well I brought up there solved all of those problems.
Oh, yeah.
And I have noticed too, power supply wise, running these switch modes on the off-grid inverter is just perfect. They work flawlessly.
There you go.
Although what the amplifier is putting out, if I try to run it through the 1500 watt inverter, it's not happy. But the big one is perfect.
It was like, give me more, Daddy.
Oh yeah, it's sitting here like running the fridge and the deep freezer, the security system, and the air conditioner, and I'm hitting it with this freaking 4-pill, and it's just like, and?
On that way.
Alright. Yeah, I know what those are. Yeah, I'll send you a picture. I'll send you a link to that here in just a minute.
Are they 30 amp?
No.
25?
Actually, they're 50 amp.
Well, it's a 150 amp power supply. If they're 50 amp, there's a lot there.
Those are 50 amp modules.
So what? Then I have 300 amps worth of power supply there?
I don't think you can run the full amount. I think they put all that in there and then dial it back so you don't blow it up.
Well, he's got, well, not that his videos mean shit anymore because everything I've seen so far hasn't been true, but, yeah. He tests it up to 200 amps twice.
Yeah, and these power supplies right here, you cannot exceed over the rated amount. Matter of fact, these two Meanwells here, they're 30s. I've been able to get 29.5 out of each of them. So, if you hit slightly over what that thing is rated for, it automatically trips and resets. So, yeah. There is not really much like this. Yeah, I mean, here they are right here. I'm looking at the power supplies that you sent me right here. They're on Amazon. They're $49.99 a piece.
Well, they're working. I mean, I don't know what's good, what's bad when it comes to all this stuff. I'm not disappointed in what I see. I mean, it looks like it's relatively straightforward and clean, you know?
Yeah, let me send you a link to this, and then let you look at it, and you give me your thoughts on it.
I'm over here eating ice cream, so my replies are going to be delayed.
10-4, yeah, I'm sending it right now. It's just taking a minute. My phone. Well, wait a minute. Let me switch over to this 5G and see if it'll. Oh yeah.
The only reason I took that cover off was the positive post needed to be snugged up because I don't have a 9/16 wrench here, so when I tighten anything onto those posts, I'm relying on the tension there. So that was the only reason why I had it off, and I figured when I had it off, I'd photograph it.
Yeah, there you go, Nomad. Another reason why you can tell they're 50 amp modules is the actual thickness of the power supply. The 30 amp is literally half as thick.
Well, so I'm wondering, yeah, because if I would have gotten it in the, well, no, because that wouldn't have mattered. It was an option, but I don't know. It just seems to me like a whole lot of wasted amperage, you know, because it's only 150 amp. That's what supposedly I bought, and there are 50 amp modules. There's 6 of them in there. The potential seems to be a lot larger than what I'm getting, you know.
Yeah, but let's just say, for instance, you're a power supply builder and you're selling power supplies to people, and you build one and it's 100 amps, and person gets it and they're happy with it. But that's not ever what happens. So I mean, you got to think of it as, okay, well, this person's probably going to try drawing at least close to double what they're wanting. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and build them to be able to handle it, but we're going to sell them at 150 amps, so to speak. That way, if somebody does try it, there's the wiggle room. They'll be able to do something without destroying it.
Where we doing you?
Power supply building.
Oh.
Nowadays, you see, back then you got the Workman PS35. You had the Transformer styles, the old pyramids and stuff like that, and they were what they were. Period. These switch modes, though, where one of these old transformer power supplies might be rated at 35, but it will do 50 amps in short bursts. Switch modes will not do that. They'll just cut off. So if you're going to sell one that's 150 amp to somebody, you're going to know that person's probably going to draw more like 200, 225 out of it. So we're just going to build it with these modules here and overbuild it, but still sell it at a rate at 150.
Essentially, all it is it's just a surge, in a way, like when you key up an amp, like, a 16 bell or something, that initial key up, or that whole time you're keyed up on AM with that dead key.
Switch modes will handle that surge, period, whether it's built to that spec or not. It's more of a cover your own butt scenario where for a fact these people are going to have to really destroy and hammer on these things to tear them up. So it's not really much a capacity thing, so to speak, but more or less a peace of mind that when you sell this, it's not coming back in 2 weeks because it quote unquote won't do what it says it'll do.
Well, I guess now you know what you get when you get a Carl built power supply.
Yeah, it's just an easy way that you spend a little bit more money, but what you're selling the unit for is more than enough to cover for that peace of mind.
So, the total amount of supply that I have over here is 260. You think I can run a 16 pill on that?
Easily.
On sideband too?
Easily.
Roger.
With them being switch modes, it ain't like anything else. If it's not happy, it'll just cut off. With a switch mode, their deal is heat. If you run them hot and they can't cool down, they'll burn up. But when it comes to short circuit or high amp loads, they'll just switch off. They've got a sensing circuit inside them, and it just cuts them off. They won't keep producing past what they're designed for.
Well, if you notice in those photos, the only one in there that can actually use the internal fan is all the way to one side. He's got them things so close, they really can't cool themselves. So he's relying on that 120 millimeter fan.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you can keep the ambient temperature in there, since they're all metal chassis power supplies, realistically, if you keep enough airflow through the case that they're in, relatively speaking, they're not going to overheat. The ones on the insides will get hot, really hot, but the outer ones won't get as hot. So if you got enough airflow coming through the case, it's really not going to matter. But have you seen how I've got mine built?
No. I just wish he would have put like a quarter inch between each supply, even if it meant having to put it in a different box,
I've got 2 inches between each supply so they can breathe properly. Now, that's not a small footprint. If I wanted to put it in a case, they'd have to be closer together, but I'm not going to do that. Because honestly, I don't care about the size of the box. I care about, are these power supplies going to last me for the next 10 years?
I don't care what size it is either. That's what I'm saying. I just wish they put it in a bigger panel or a box, and put a little gap between them,
Yeah, Cobra plays it safe instead of sorry. That's why I still got a lot of the stuff that I started out with. when it comes to heat dissipation and stuff like that, I mean, you just can't skimp out on a radio. I mean, if your radio or your power supply or your amplifier, whatever you're running, if it cannot dissipate the heat that it's generating, you're going to greatly reduce the effectiveness, because when components get hot, electricity slows down because there's more resistance, and B, you're going to greatly increase the lifespan of it if you can keep it cooler.
Well, I haven't had any issues so far since I've owned it. I don't even know how long I've had this damn thing now. It's been probably 3 or 4 months, I think, by now, but no issues. I'm still doing a little more juice.
Yeah, did you see the link I sent you?
Yeah, I looked at it. It visually looks the same anyway.
That's exactly what it is, because that company right there, that Doltech, that is the main one that a lot of these box builders and stuff will actually use to use those power supplies. They're the more on the more durable end of that. So they're really common in this type of situation, this type of setup, and like making test bench power supplies with high amps and stuff like that. They're perfect. They're absolutely perfect. If one goes out, you're only out $47, not $4,700.
Well, I paid, I remember around the 560 mark for that power supply.
560. Not bad with coming in a pre-built box and everything.
I mean, you either have to build it yourself or buy it like that, because I couldn't find anything, you know, either looking for power supplies. I mean, 100 amp is it. I couldn't find anything larger than 100 amp.
Yeah, me, I like to tinker, so I probably end up building it myself. But I mean, if I was to build one like you got over there, and like me already having all of the components over here to actually interconnect these things together and do all that stuff, I would literally, let's see here. Yeah, it'd be around $310 just for all the power supplies, and then I have all the stuff here to build it with, so I could save some money just in that. Now I'm not going to have the fancy case and box that it's going to be in and everything like that, but that's fine for me. I get to space these power supplies apart the way I want them and build rails for everything to hook to. That way I don't have to worry about them overheating ever again, just ever, period. Like the brackets, the little brackets that you buy down at the hardware store when you're bracing together two pieces of wood, I mean, they're stainless, tiny. You can get them in all different sizes. But to space these apart 2 inches, I mean, you're looking at like maybe $10 worth of stuff. And that's for 6 power supplies.
I almost wonder if I was, because I wanted a 200 amp, but their website doesn't give you the option to run it as 110. But when I called them after I'd already ordered the 150, they said, "Oh, I could have ordered it that way. The 200 amp is the largest that they would send it to you as a 110." But I almost wonder if they sell you the same power supply at a 200 amp because it's capable of it.
Yeah, it'll probably just have 10 in there instead of 6. What I'm trying to tell you, man, you're not going to hurt anything if you wanted to try the 16 pil on sideband. It's just going to cut itself off, it wait 10 seconds, it turns itself back on, and then you go about your business.
Well, I don't want to buy one. I want it to actually work. I don't want to try it. If I order it, I want to hook it up
and just know it's going to work. If I buy it and it shuts off, well, now I just got an amplifier I can't use, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, you already got one down there that you can use. I mean, that 8 pill, 16 pill, whatever you got over there, that thing that you got will run it. I mean, just hands down. I don't have any doubts in my mind. Sideband, I don't know. Sideband is tricky because it goes from 0 amps to wide open in like as soon as you talk. So speed of sound, it's sitting there up and down, up and down, up and, I don't know. You could confuse it, trip it out or something, but I mean, I can't say for certain that it'll work on sideband. For AM, it will perfectly.
Well, I can tell you, man, talking sideband now with these other two in line, it cut the amp draw back, way back, way back.
Yeah. Where before it was sitting there hitting the edge of I need more, now it's like, oh, well, give me more.
You know, even though the most I've ever seen was 138, the fan didn't change tone, you know, it wasn't struggling, is basically what I guess is what I'm saying.
Right. But no, I did find a way to stack non-stackable power supplies. Me and Mad Dog racked our brains over it for a while, and I used some stuff I had over here, and it worked. And 6-pill Willie replicated what I got with 250 amps, and it worked. And it's actually almost done. All we got to do is solder the diodes to the bus bar, and then we're done with it. So his has got big microfarad capacitors in it. So, or actually, I'm sorry, farad capacitors. So he's going to be able to run that 6-pill off that thing, no problem.
Well, all they put in this one, as you can see, are them 4700s on the back of each one. But I mean, as far as from what I can understand, those are just there for filtering any potential noise.
Yeah. I forgot. I think his are what, 5.5 farads a piece. I think he's got 4 of them.
Yeah, Roger. Like that big, that amp, damn it, the power supply I gave Jake had that big blue one in there. I can't remember what that was, but it was something ridiculous.
Yeah, I actually got a chance to play around with that a little bit.
Did you find out what it actually is? Because there ain't no damn way that thing's 150 amp.
I don't know, considering I was pulling 140 out of it, no problem. I mean, I was even hitting 160 when I put the big stuff behind it. I couldn't ever get it to trip. Only time I got it to trip one time on sideband, but it tripped at like 172 amps.
Well, it would not run my Texas Star over here on sideband. Well, let me rephrase. It would, but when I went to talk, I mean, everything came down. You can hear the fans come down. I couldn't get but half the power. But AM, it did fine.
Well, right here on the side of the podium of the altar light, I've got a freaking outlet going to a 30 amp breaker in my fuse panel, and it's dedicated only to that. And that's the only thing I tested that power supply on, and man, I ran all kinds of crap on that thing, dude. I put it through rigorous testing. Only thing I noticed is one of the power supplies inside there was not sharing the load equally, so to speak. So I told Jake what he needed to do. He's gonna go in there and isolate that one and fix it and get it where it's actually working like it's supposed to. But even it not sharing the load equally, I was still able to pull over 150 amps out of it, no problem.
Well, I don't know
have been doing wrong, but my power supply, my line that I get power for my, well, I've got those 4 dedicated lines over here, and one of them is on that 150. That's the only thing that's on there. And like I say, it didn't have any problem pulling AM on that rig, but it did not like sideband.
Yeah, well, what we're going to switch that over to the 240 volt. And we're going to run it off the 240 volt as well. We talked about this the other day.
Well, I couldn't find anything on it, that specific supply. I could find supplies of that brand, but I couldn't find that one.
Right. But it's set up just like these other ones are. So basically, you just flip the 115 230 switch, and then basically once you do that, you get a auto transformer to go. So, or not, well, you can use an auto transformer, but we need to get a single phase 240 volt, and then hook it up, line, neutral, ground, and then there you are, 240.
What did you play? Did you just want to play with it, or did you need it for something?
I was just messing around with it. I've always had these mean wells over here. They run my stuff fine. I just asked him one night. I was bored, and I'm like, I want to play with that power supply and see what's going on with it. Man, I went through that thing with a fine-tooth comb. It's put together good.
Yeah, I had, like, there's a couple of little things. Like, I don't like the way all the wiring going to the lugs on the backside are. I don't really like that. But and also, did you have any noise at all in any of the radio gear when you had that hooked up?
Zero noise, and I'm on the radio right now that I tested all that on, and actually I'm on the entire setup right now that I tested it on, and minus one gigantic amplifier, but it was fine. The only noise that I complained about was the stupid fans in that thing. Sounded like a freaking jet taking off.
Well, you can just put a resistor in line or something and slow them down, you know, but I told Jake the only thing internally that I didn't like, though, was the way I didn't care for the way that the wiring was all attached on the eyelet that they used, you know. I don't know, I would have put it in a copper all of them into a copper eyelet.
Yeah, I mean, I've mentioned already putting a thermocouple in there where the fans will come on at like 85 degrees Fahrenheit. That way they don't run all the time. So maybe we'll do some kind of thermocouple or something like that in there to cycle those fans versus them being running wide open 24/7.
It's a little deceiving because you open it up and you're expecting to see something that you don't see. It was a lot tinier in there than I thought.
Yeah, and that's another thing I don't understand is why. I mean, you got all that room in there, and it's just dead space. Even with the fans going, it's still going to run hot. If you're to take a power supply like that and make it close to the same size as the units that's in there, and then you put a fan in the back, you're actually pulling air through the units versus around it in dead space. So, I mean, it really never made sense to me why they would stick all that tiny stuff in there in that great big old box. It made no sense to me at all.
Well, all I could think of is that they had a case and they had that supply and they thought, let's make a power supply.
Yeah, and I just don't get it. I wouldn't have done that. I mean, if I'm gonna have a case that large, dude, it's gonna be full of those power supplies.
Well, can't you add some more to it? As long as you okay, basically what I just did?
Yeah, but you'd also have to add more plugs too, because you're not going to draw that much current off of a 15 amp plug.
You can pull 200 amps off of a 20 amp outlet there, as long as nothing else is on it.
Yeah, the way I do it is most of your receptacles for your home are 15 amp receptacles. I mean, you might get some that's heavy duty and they're 20 amp, but the majority of everything out there is 15 amp. So what you want to do is you don't want to pull no more than 15 amps off of each one of those. So basically what I do is I use 2 power cords, one for each bank of power supplies, and I utilize both outlets on the wall, and it evenly spaces out that current draw. And there's no heat down there at the receptacle. That's the big thing when you're running a lot of power supplies like that. If you're drawing full current, you're going to get a lot of heat right there. So I mean, if it's set up properly and you use multiple plugs versus just one, your efficiency is going to go up because the power is going to be there from the wall, but too, you're going to reduce in heat, which means you're going to have more efficiency.
Well, I dedicated, everything I've did over here, minus the one on the house one's 30 amp, but all of my other lines are all 20s. I figured, what's the point of making them 15s, you know? And like I said, the Carl belt's on its own. There ain't nothing else on that circuit but that. There's that line conditioner that I have the power supply plugged into, but that's just to keep if the voltage were to drop, it brings it back up.
Yeah. I know one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to run thick gauge wire to the radio setup, run all of this stuff directly from the battery, and that's what I was thinking about because of the efficiency. But these power supplies, these switch mode power supplies, are so efficient. I haven't changed it over to that yet.
Man, you should bring, unless you've already got it, but you should, like, I bought a distribution bulb, like, strip for DC stuff, like you do, like a power strip for AC. I've got one. I haven't used it yet, but it's got a bunch of them power poles on it. And when I get things set up over here, that's how I'm going to do it for everything but all the small 12-volt stuff anyway.
Yeah, 10-4. What are you over there trying to cool down?
This and that.
Havoc sounds happy.
Happy.
And oh man, success.
Oh, Mad Dog finally got it working.
Happy.
Hello, Mad Dog.
Hello. Man, finally fixed that damn thing. I had to go into this thing called Elsa Mixer, and somehow everything got disabled. I had to re-enable all of it. Now it's worky.
CIA has hacked his device. He needs to be careful.
Well, sometimes we get a little quirky subject on Linux.
Everything was muted, and I went in there, I unmuted it all, and told it to relearn the settings, and then rebooted, and it's got sound now. Everything is working.
There you go.
Have you rebooted the computer since to make sure that the settings that they hold?
Yep.
Roger, I've had that problem before. You get everything working, but if anytime you reboot the computer, it goes right back.
How about an upgraded computer, newer computer running Linux, running a freaking GTX 1660 Super graphics card, and I boot up Linux, and it's not using the graphics card, it's using the onboard. Which, unfortunately, since it's a gaming computer, I don't have an onboard dongle. Maybe you know, I have a HDMI port, so I plug it in, and it looks like crap. And I could not find any support for that graphics card, for that NVIDIA graphics card on Linux, and I had to just stop that project.
There is a project that, okay, with Linux, at least everyone I've ever used, it always defaults to using the open source video driver. It just always does. Now, when it comes to using the graphics card, with NVIDIA, there is it's not, I don't remember what it's called, but I have a 1660 Ti in my laptop, and I had to use some external program that, well, what it does is it automatically brings in the most up-to-date directly from NVIDIA, and it will continue to keep it updated as NVIDIA releases updates, whereas everything else is used to like going through the package manager all the time. But I just can't remember what all that stuff was called, but I had a similar issue, but as soon as I did that, I had no problem.
And you don't have, like, it don't come with all that bloatware and crap?
No. You do Linux is, you get what you want, not what it wants to give you.
Well, I know mine and Lady Cobra's gaming computers, our desktop computers, are actually still pretty nice for as old as they are. They work just fine, but here soon I'm going to build 2 more newer ones with the new motherboards on it, and we're going to run Ryzen. I think you still want to run Ryzen? Yeah. So it's not going to matter to us, because I have no problem having an external graphics card, which probably is going to be an RTX 2080 most likely. I'm going to run that Vega. I'm going to run that Vega for like my non-gaming stuff, just regular old whatever, you know, and then I'll run the 2080 or whatnot for the like streaming, gaming, stuff like that.
If I was to build me a computer or desktop today, it would be a Ryzen, AMD, all no hands down. AMD is just freaking smacking the shit out of Intel, just killing them right now.
Intel has got a really good processor, though, I gotta admit, especially for their laptop. They got a pretty decent processor out right now, but where AMD's getting them is in size, the physical size, the nanometers. And the Vega 8 and above graphics that are coming in the new processors are for AMD are absolutely amazing. Like just seeing benchmark tests of people streaming and gaming and stuff like that off of the processor. And even though you got to reduce some of the stuff down, you know, you can't run wide open HD graphics on it, but I mean, for a smooth experience coming off of an actual processor based graphics is freaking amazing.
Intel has been working on shrinking their die forever, and AMD just came in and just said, oh yeah, this is easy. Well, you know what I mean, and did it. And Intel was caught off guard, and they still ain't got it figured out.
No, AMD said, hey, hold my beer, watch this.
Yeah, AMD said, here, hold this die right here while we put this new one together. No, they're doing really good. I got this tough laptop. Nomad is still kicking butt, and up until the other day, I've been streaming on the Vega graphics that's in there. I hadn't even been using the 1660 that it's got in it. Now I'm using the 1660 and my processor's usages went down. But I mean, hell, even then it really didn't matter. The computer still operated just fine. And that's one thing that I gotta admit, I really love having the option of dual graphics.
I don't use the computer like I used to use it, so I don't have the desire for a desktop like I used to. The laptop I have is just miles ahead of anything I've ever had on the desktop side. That it does everything I need it to do just fine. And I don't really have the space in here for the type of desktop I'd want to put together anyway.
Well, I mean, like I said, we're gonna get the we're looking at ROG Strix, weren't we? Something like that. B450M. It's got the built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on it. It's the mini board, and doing like a more of a compact design. I think she's gonna keep her. I think it's a thermal take, isn't it? Case.
I have no idea.
I have no idea. I'm gonna get what she's got or get something smaller. Your computer case.
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Computers.
That doesn't make sense.
Fabulous.
He is gone.
Sounds like somebody's laying on cloud 9.
So I just told Lady Cobra, I said, he is gone.
I ain't gone.
Your physicalness is here, but you're somewhere else at the moment.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Dadgummit. Dang.
Enjoy the ride.
Oh yeah, you know he's enjoying it.
Hey, Cobra.
Yeah.
Today may be your lucky day. I seen the damn best ad on Craigslist for a job.
Man, shoot it out there. We gotta hear it.
All you gotta do is drive a forklift, and you can make 48.61 an hour down there where they unload barges.
Bull crap.
Now look it up on Craigslist in the jobs, skilled labor.
48.61 an hour to drive a forklift at a barge company.
That's right.
Okay, hey Nomad, what are you thinking? Why are you working where you're working right now?
Because my job's guaranteed, pretty much guaranteed. Something tells me that job will, you work here one day and then they don't need you the next.
That's a lot of money though. I know that's right. Like somebody beat you to it.
Damn.
Hey, Cobra,
Yeah.
do those two power supplies you use for your amp, do they ever get, do they get warm or anything like that at all? Just from the touch? Not hot, just warm.
Yeah. Yeah, they get a little warm. The fans that's built into these power supplies are, it's got a dual temperature control in it, so if it hits a certain temperature, they're going to come on anyways. But usually, it's got a load sensitive control in it, so every time I key down, the fans come on. When I unkey, the fans will turn back off, and it stays So probably about 15, 20 degrees above room temperature.
Alright, well, now that I've been here talking on them, the two that I hooked up, they're just, you know, like I said, they're not hot, they're just warm to the touch, and I just wanted to know, you know, basically if that was normal.
Yep, man, and I'm going to tell you right now, I've drove the piss out of mine. I've gotten them so hot before I got concerned, but these also have thermal shutdown in them, so if it gets too hot, they cut off, and it's never done that. And I've literally abused the crap out of these just to put them through the ringer to see if they're going to hold up to what I'm doing, and they're just fine.
Well, these have fans on them, but they haven't kicked on at all. I've never even seen them come on since I've owned these.
Eventually they will, and you'll notice it when you key down. The more you talk on the radio and the warmer it gets, they'll start coming on as you key down. That's it.
Well, Joe, I'll be keeping an eye on them at least, probably the next couple of days. What I really ought to do is put some way to, like, turn them off, because these don't have it on and off, just like those don't over there. But I might put something in line that I can flip these two off, until I need them, and then I can flip them on, you know?
I kind of like mine the way they are. They're not that loud. They're not loud at all, you can't even tell.
Well, it ain't a noise thing. It's just that there's no need for them, for right now. But if I ever get something bigger, and I need more juice, I can just flip them on.
Yeah, I just use mine for preventative measures. The reason why I don't put a switch on them is if they're coming on right now, then that gives me more leeway to do crap. And I can talk a whole hell of a lot longer and harder. And I know they're not going to get that much warmer.
So, I've been reading up more on the laws of scooters here in Tennessee, and I tell you what, man, you basically got to just go down and ask, because I've seen or read so many different things about it. The only thing that's consistent is the helmet.
Yeah. They're lax down here. I mean, the helmet thing down in Florida, you don't have to have a helmet, but I mean, up here you do. They're pretty lax on that stuff. 50 cc's, you don't even need to really carry insurance on them. I think they changed that this past year, though. Used to, you didn't have to worry about it. 125 cc's was the limit, and that's anything over 125 is where you had to get a motorcycle endorsement.
Right, you guys have your motorcycle license, then you got to have an endorsement. Then there is a separate endorsement to ride something up to 125, and then there is what I have, the scooter, which whether they needed to have insurance or not, I was going to have it. It's only $14 a month extra for full coverage and all that, but you still don't have to register it. The scooter and all that, but this is what I've been finding, but I can't find anything from 2020 and forward. Everything I have found is from 19 and back.
Matt.
Yeah.
Chattanooga State has a course over there all about motorcycles and scooters, and if you take that and you complete it, you take your slip to the damn DMV, and you don't have to do anything.
Yeah, I read something about that too, but when it gets, we'll have to talk again about that, because I'm considering going down and just getting the damn whatever you need to drive up to 125 cc, just because then I can ride the piss out of this thing without having to worrying about getting pulled over and being asked why I'm doing 65, on something that shouldn't be.
Well, I mean, just saying, as long as that engine block is stamped 50 cc's, but I'm just saying, you can modify something with the variator weights and stuff like that, as long as the engine is still where it needs to be.
Oh, it'll be a 72 when I'm done. The only thing that'll still be stock is the crank. Everything else is being replaced. Transmission, gearing, everything.
Why stop at 72? Why don't you just go to 80?
Because when you go to 80, you got to mill the block. At that point, you got to mill those kits for you. They'll tell you right there in the fine print. There is block work you have to do.
Yeah, of course. I've got the stones over here in the shed to do that stuff with.
I am not going to that. Now, if I had another Indian all day long, I'd try it, but I don't. So I'm sticking with safe right now.
Well, the bad thing is you can get online and go to Tao, I believe it is, and you can actually order the pre-milled and sleeved 80 or 79 cc's head, still stamped 49 cc's. I don't understand why they don't restamp it, but you can buy that thing just pre-made with piston and rings to fit, ready to go. Yeah.
I think I got a project we can work on.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
We can even do videos for the channel if you want to doing it.
Oh,
You know, I'm telling you, our buddy got a new electric mower.
Yeah.
I believe he had a other electric mower too. Do you see where this is going?
Yep.
Get that one from him. Get a bicycle, make me a power bike.
Yeah, and a very robust one too, because those AC motors on them things is no joke.
Just saying.
Yeah, I mean the motor technology in these lawnmowers is not much different than what they're building for the mid drives. It's the same technology, 3-phase and everything like that. I mean, all you'd have to get then is just a cheap 50 amp speed controller off of Amazon, and then wire it up, and then you're with a thumb throttle, and you're good to go.
Midday's cover calls me, hey man, can you come down and go down the house for something? Well, guess what? Yes, I can.
And here comes Havoc on the Havoc 500.
Yup.
Except your bike will have 29-inch wheels and not 10-inch wheels. Haha, no, man.
Mine make up for it in their width.
But anyway, I'm just saying, he upgraded. If he still has the other one, he might let me get it for a little of nothing, you know.
No, yeah. See what you can get for it.
Hey, no man.
I got it.
My son took that. He took the paper to the damn DMV in Cleveland, and they give him his damn endorsement on his license. They didn't even walk out and look at the bike or anything. They just give him the endorsement.
Do you remember what it cost?
One of these days. Go down there and check that
$249, and you gotta get this little book from the bookstore.
Yeah, there's a class you can take down there at the motorcycle course. Anybody can take it, and they'll give you.
Would it not be cheaper to just go down and
you can just walk in the
take your
DMV
bike
and they'll
test?
give you your motorcycle stuff.
I'm
No,
not getting it until I get mine.
Yeah, understood.
it's a fucking nightmare. If you go to the state of Tennessee and try to do it. He tried it 3 times and couldn't get it. The bike failed inspection, helmet failed inspection, his riding gear failed inspection. It was a fucking nightmare. He went and took that course, and they give him the they give him the paperwork. They took a new picture and put the endorsement on his license that day.
Alright, well, damn. Fuck, at that point, I just assumed, I mean, the laws down here are very similar to that of Michigan and Indiana with these scoots. Indiana and Michigan, you're not required at all for insurance. And Michigan, there's no helmet law. But as far as all the rest of it, it's the same. So, and I drove around in many hopped up bikes out there, you know, and I ain't never been pulled over on one.
I'm just saying, in Tennessee, that's the way to go to get that motorcycle endorsement. It is so easy. You just go over there, sit, do the classroom training, get that damn certificate, go to the DMV, and it's over.
True.
Tennessee, that's the way to go.
Roger. Well, I'll definitely keep it in mind and look into it there if I should decide to go that route.
His helmet, the helmet he had was it had a DOT sticker on it. And they took the liner, they pulled something back in the liner and looked at the styrofoam that was in there. And they said, this helmet is illegal. That was the first time he went. The second time he went, they said the exhaust on the bike was modified. It was going to have to be fixed. Then the third time he went, they said that he didn't have the proper type of jacket, the proper type of leather jacket.
I'd have failed all three of them too. I ain't never had a scooter that had didn't have a modified exhaust. I don't have any leather, and I never even gave two shits about whether it was a DOT helmet or not.
Hey, Mad Dog, there's one thing you're forgetting.
What's that, buddy?
Pertaining to scooters, if you decided, no man, to take that scooter down there and do that at the DMV, they look at the rider's weight compared to what the scooter can handle weight-wise, like what its actual carry limit is. And if the rider is too heavy for the bike that they're wanting to ride, they will flunk them right there on the spot and make them go get a bigger bike to come back on to do the test in.
Well, I'm still good in that department. 315 is the limit, and I was 302.
But Cobra, but what I'm saying is, you can go over there at Chat State, sit in that class, and you don't, all you do is go in there and give them that certificate, and they just take a new picture, put the endorsement on the license, hand you the damn license, and then you walk out the damn door.
Oh yeah.
It's fucking hard to pass the inspection at the DMV to get a motorcycle right. You gotta borrow a damn motorcycle that has not had anything fucking done to it, and you gotta have a damn $300 helmet, or you might as well not even go.
Oh yeah, they're picky. They're picky. Well, I'm going to shut all of this stuff down here, and I'm going to go hang out with her before we go to bed.
Roger. Night.
Have a good night, Cobra, and a better day tomorrow. If you ain't doing nothing, I come that way, I'll bring that radio and stuff back your way. I was going to bring it today when I texted you earlier, but you were going to dinner.
Yeah, just let me know. Should be here. Unless me and her are doing something, I should be here. Just text me.
Mad Dog. Mad Dog in the pound.
In the pound, paws to the walls, getting down, all the way down.
Well, you're going to be in the area tomorrow, and you want anything smoked, drop it by.
Roger, I'll keep it in mind.
Smoker will be going. you drunk.
Good night, everybody in the stream. Thanks for tuning in, and maybe we'll catch you on the radio tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll see. Happy Memorial Day, everybody.